Yeah, it's nice. We had a few guys go down, and we kind of put a Band-Aid on it for a couple of games, and then you get exposed, after you play day after day after day, and now we're just starting to settle in and play a little, baseball. We're settling in and playing the game the right way. And it was nice to see the offense step up today. They've been struggling a little bit, and then for the offense to be able to put up some numbers, it was good for them.
Yeah, back-to-back double-digit hits in 2 games. What did you see from your hitters was the biggest difference, maybe?
We tried to simplify things a little bit, get them on the plate, and we were getting beat away a lot. And they got on the plate and they battled. They hit the ball the other way a few times. And I think the biggest thing more than anything was their 2-strike approach was better. They put the ball in play with 2 strikes. They shortened up. They didn't try and do too much. You got to play. This is only our 15th game or whatever. So we just got to get out there and piece it together like everybody else.
Mm-hmm. And you start off the West Coast road trip with 3 straight losses. How important is it for the final series that you have coming up this weekend to get these 2 wins in the middle?
They're big. They're big. We didn't play too good at Pepperdine. We got a good pitching performance on Friday, but we didn't put up many runs. And then Saturday, Sunday, we fell behind early and couldn't do too much. So to come here midweek and get 2, puts us right back into the mix for having a decent trip, and hopefully we'll go to Santa Barbara and play well and we can finish it off strong.
And then your guys have come together after the tragic incident in the fall. What are they doing anything in particular for that, or are they how do they build off of that? Because it's always hard to have something like that happen.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of things, and I feel like the first couple weeks of the season they almost trying too hard to honor Joe and his memory, and they loved him so much and they cared about him so much. They're out there really, really trying hard for him. We had Michelle, Joe's mom, at the games at Pepperdine, and they're trying so hard to make it happen, and sometimes it doesn't happen when you try that hard. So we've never been through anything like this before, and it's indescribable how tough it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta figure out a way to navigate through it, and we're dealing with kids here, so it's they're very emotional, and for them to just keep battling and keep a positive attitude, that's all I want.
And how different is it for you? Because you deal with a lot of stuff on the baseball field, playing time, that type of stuff, but this is such a different experience. How have you dealt with it as a coach?
I've kind of learned as I've gone. My primary concern was to be there for the players and be there for Joe's family. That was number one, and those are the 2 things I've always said. It's really all I care about is make sure the players are all right, and Joe's family, his mom Michelle and his sister Lindsay, they're great people. So those are the things I wanted to do, number one, and just stay together. I didn't want I wanted to get everybody the help they needed, whatever they needed for if they needed to talk to somebody or if they needed to express something, I wanted to be able to express it and not keep everything inside and just be themselves. So we just tried to be there for one another and show love to everybody, and hopefully we're getting our arms around it a little bit. You never really do, but I know we really want to have a good season for Joe, and hopefully we can make that happen.